What is going on to you Capricorns out there? Hope y'all are having a great day. So for you Capricorns, you have the Queen of Cups, the Devil, and you have the Ace of Wands. These three cards right here. So what I'm seeing here for you Capricorns, the Devil represents the Capricorn, right? Obviously, I'm sure a lot of you know that. So I'm seeing how a lot of you Capricorns felt like you were very much so afraid of being who you are. And now a lot of you Capricorns are starting to step out of your shell, right? You get that from your opposite sign in the Crabs. You Capricorns felt like you couldn't be yourself for a long time. And now that you Capricorns are, starting to become more comfortable, a lot of you with yourselves and who you are, a lot of you are actually being able to start living your life the way that you Capricorn want to. You Capricorns want to be able to live your life. There's not a sense of an expectation. And yes, that's exactly my point. This is why Capricorn and Aquarius are so close to one another, because Capricorn represents restriction and Aquarius represents freedom from that restriction. So, and Capricorn represents age. You dig what I'm saying? So you're not going to be able to, be comfortable with yourself until time and experience. Time and experience, unfortunately, usually comes with a lot of age. So why that's important is because a lot of you Capricorns may notice that as you get older, right, that it's not necessarily the how old you are or the number, but it's much more about the quality of the number. What does how old you are have any meaning? And it represents your years of experience that you've lived. That's why a lot of you Capricorns are learning how to become a lot more comfortable. And because of it, the Ace of Wands represents, and you're also able to actually bring value to other people, right? But most importantly, obviously, yourself. It's not a sense of you bring value to other people and all it is that you do is you criticize yourself internally. You speak to yourself terribly, right? While at the same time, you're bringing so much joy to other people. No, this is about you Capricorns being true to yourself and bringing yourself joy and then bringing joy to other people as well. The Strength and the Fool card represents, like I said, it took you a long time for you to get here. And to be honest with you, it takes the earth signs in general, whether it's Taurus, Virgo, or you Capricorns, it takes the earth signs a little bit of time for them to really become comfortable in their own skin. It does. Because, for Taurus, for Taurus and stuff like this, for them to learn how to become comfortable with loss, for Virgo, for them to become comfortable with, the gradations and the complicated, mentalities that other people have, and understanding that, as a Virgo, they can't get caught up with it. And last but not least, you Capricorns, right? With all of the experiences that you've been through in the past and the experiences that you've been through, not allowing that to turn you into an upset person, an angry person, a person that dislikes your entirety of your life, right? And then you start becoming miserable. No, if you Capricorns have transmuted it correctly, and you're actually becoming a lot happier with time, because it's not about the age, it's about the quality of the number. You Capricorns have been through enough experiences to know that, there's a comfort behind knowing that all these scary people that you once thought was scary is capping. They're lying. They're not who they are fronting to like they are. They're not any of that stuff. You and the things that that first-handedly, because you actually tried it out. You've actually done this thing. A lot of the times people be faking it. So there's definitely a there's definitely a strength, there's definitely a power to you Capricorns, right? This is why a lot of you have the Emperor as well. You know, Capricorn is, can also be recognized as a king or a queen as well, or royal, right? Capricorn is recognized as royal as well, right? So it's not just Leo, it's not just Aries, it's you Capricorns as well. And an appropriate card, because this represents how a lot of you are, your whole mentality has changed, your life has changed for the better. Things are actually looking good for a lot of you Capricorns. So it's not just you Capricorns, just being upset, but your outward world is not reflecting your inward one. They're reflecting each other, okay? They're actually mimicking each other in a good way. So the thing is that the Eight of Cups and the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Swords, right? You're not gonna try to convince anybody to treat you well, do right by you. You're a lot more okay with dealing with problems. A lot of you Capricorns understand that when it comes to other people, right? The Ace of Swords and the Two of Cups, right? Not trying to force relationships. You're trying to look for one, but if a person gives you a hard time, you're not going to waste your time trying to get to know them. You're just going to move on about your business. And that's definitely a very good thing for you Capricorns to do. Sometimes for whatever reason, whether it's the person is disrespectful, they like to play games, maybe the two of you aren't compatible for whatever reason, it doesn't work out. And that's okay. There's literally nothing wrong with that. As long as you Capricorns learn to look out for your own selves, but in a healthy fashion, right? Because there's a dysfunctional way of looking out for yourself, and there's a clean, good way to look out for yourself. A dysfunctional way of looking out for yourself is never looking out for anybody else. No one can count on you. No matter how close they are to you, no matter how they like you and they want you to be in their presence and they consider you a peer, you just always looking out for yourself. And when they need something, now it's like, but when you need something, you can give them a call, right? And they're peeping game at this. They're looking at this, right? Terrible way of doing that. The correct way of doing it, right? The correct way, like I said, looking out for yourself and being selfish, right, in a correct way, is by still helping people, but at the same time, you go into these type of interactions, like I said before, trying to get to know people with an emotional budget. And I've talked about having an emotional budget. An emotional budget is you go into a situation trying to get to know somebody, right? And you just basically understand, you give yourself a time span of how long you want to actually spend trying to talk to this person before you haven't gotten anything, or there's not enough progress that's being met before you decide to essentially excommunicate from them, And what I mean by that is, from me, it's usually around a month. Talking to you, a month, more than enough time to talk to you, hang out, have some sort of romantic fun, right? Go on, get to know you, all that stuff. Haven't done that? It's a dub, because a month is a long time if you know how to plan it out correctly. A lot can happen in a month. A lot has happened to me in August. You dig what I'm saying? And the month technically hasn't even finished yet. So you mean to tell me that a person can't ask questions and find out about a little bit about a person? I understand that it takes years to become more comfortable with the person. But if you don't know anything about the person within a month, you barely know anything, right? It usually means that when a person feels like they have to take longer than a month, they're wasting their time. They're wasting their time. The reason why is because they're not, 10 times out of 10, whenever it is that I do that, they don't be asking these people questions. Or if they do try to ask them questions, the person just freezes them out. One of those two situations. So you Capricorns want to make sure that you step into any kind of situation that you have. trying to get to know somebody, but you have an emotional budget. You want to make sure that you want to make a mental note, like, okay, you want to spend this amount of time talking to this person, and that if you don't get any if you don't get any milestones being reached, if things ain't moving, if things are not being established, some shape, form, or fashion, don't even waste your time. So let's clarify the 10 of Cups. Excuse me, the 2 of Cups. That's what I would say. So to clarify the 2 of Cups, you have the 3 of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the King of Cups, the Lovers, and then last but not least, you Capricorns have the King of Wands. The 3 of Wands and the Ace of Swords, to clarify the 2 of Cups, is about a lot of you Capricorns also feel very hopeful about the future because you know that things are going the way that you want them to. So you Capricorns definitely feel like, you know, you have something to live for. A lot of times Capricorns, you know, one of the secrets that y'all don't be wanting people to know is that a lot of you Capricorns question yourselves, your existence. Why are you here? Are you just here just to have a hard time in life? Or, you know, and just be like upset and regretful, right? Or, you know, or is it that, you know, there is a purpose to your life? Yes, obviously there's a purpose to your life, okay? You know, Capricorns, y'all are very important. And if no one tells you that, I'll tell you that. You Capricorns are very important. You know, you're not just a zodiac sign that's one of the 12 zodiac signs. You know, Capricorns, y'all are teachers, you know, of all the other zodiac signs. You teach people how to, you create the scenarios for people to strive for excellence. If there is no level of scenario to strive for excellence, a lot of people will choose to be lazy. And you Capricorns are that defining factor. Saturn, your energy, is that defining factor of who is top notch and who is not, right? Making distinctions. If a person really wants to be on point, then they're gonna have to go through this disciplining process. That's what you Capricorns represent. You know, and if they get through that, amazing. You know, if they don't, if they really want to get there, try again and learn from their mistakes. So the King of Cups, the Lovers, and the King of Wands is about how, and, you know, like I said before, this, you know, if things seem to be difficult between yourself and somebody else, like I said, don't try too hard. Try hard. Don't get it twisted. Try hard. You know, go hard in the paint. Go for what it is that you want. I don't want y'all to get it misconstrued, or anyone to get it misconstrued. Go hard for what you want, but don't get to a place where you're burning yourself out trying to get to this person, and this person isn't picking up your phone calls. They're not reciprocating any kind of energy. They just over here kicking their feet up and letting you work your butt off while they just sit back and they don't reciprocate. They don't actually give anything to you. They don't show you any kind of effort, right? So that's other than that, that's it. Other than that, you Capricorns are doing a great job. You know, a lot of you are definitely pushing your life in the direction that you want. So great things coming from y'all overall, not just one area. That's it. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to over 20,000 subs. Please subscribe, smash that like, leave a comment.